something we're only going to see in reverse. You know, it's so the difficulty, especially with this whole climate of change, is, and I see this certainly. I spend quite a bit of time with universities and with schools and with governments, and they want that answer. You know, what's our solution? And the response I usually give is if somebody's giving you a solution, they're probably a consultant and they probably don't understand the problem.
And precisely, the problem is that you've got to open up.
Yeah.
But also get the obstacles out of the way.
Absolutely.
And then bring in the people who have a different mindset. Now, let them work it out. Otherwise, you're going to make the same mistake all over again. Do away with seniority? I wouldn't do away with seniority, I'd do away with university presidents.
Yeah, that's... You know, the other thing, I think the reason I was in at the Education Innovation Summit in Phoenix last week, in Scottsdale, and the university president, Dr. Crow, ended up presenting his vision, and what I found encouraging was the presidents aren't the problem. The problem is the lack of vision of university presidents. And so I heard him present and I thought, that's the kind of person I would like to see leading a university that I was involved with, because he seemed to, at least, I know sometimes university presidents are very good at having someone help them write a speech, and then, you know, that's not reality, but he seemed to really understand that, and his talk was titled Massive Change, and he looked at the undergraduate, the graduation rates of university, how low they are. He looked at the cost increase, the tuition, the backlash against tuition, and he really seemed to at least be willing to experiment. And so I think a vision of a university president is important, but it's so rare to see a university president who puts out a solid vision that motivates people to do stuff.
Are we then talking about the possibility of another conception of the university, which is basically what's scared the wits out of us, which is Udacity and all of those different groups? That is going to spur change. Whether it's going to be good or bad is something that we're going to have to work it out in what we can call, I don't want to say horrible word, in the market of education.
But you know, you think of what was happening, and just a quick example, I'll throw it back to the panel, but there was the university, or not the university, the California system, the teachers union, decided that they would refuse to teach online courses as a union stance because online courses reduce the quality of the learning in classrooms. But that's exactly the problem. Like, that's squishing the scorpion, because you know, if that's a union stance, basically people aren't going to stop learning online. They're just not going to do it with you anymore. They're going to do it somewhere else. And so I think it's all of these systems, the presidents, the teachers, the unions, all of them have to sit down and take a serious look at where things are trending and realize that the world is moving past so quickly that by the time the time to act was in 2005, right, really, for universities. The next best time to act, I guess, would be today. But you know, that's how far behind we are on the change initiative already. And it has, I mean, one final illustration, we're doing a master's program in data and analytics that I'm developing at Athabasca University. It'll take probably 2 to 3 years before the master's course or the program will be ready. I should be able to have a master's program, the idea and delivery started in less than 6 months, is my opinion.
And can you get it through the academic center?
No, not if I did it in 3 to 6 months. But this one here still has to go through all those hoops. And that's the problem, because an adaptive university will have the idea and will have the offering and start registration probably within 3 months of having the idea. An entrepreneurial-minded university.
That's what happened here in Puerto Rico with the private university.
But you have the changes happening because, an example, university in the United States, and they adapt so quickly to change that they are developing curriculum faster to accommodate whatever employment needs have the population. Okay, and then public systems and maybe the smaller private universities are reacting late. You know, by the time universities have developed a new program, it is already concerned to offer their content in the States. They are
pacto no, el pacto ya se dio. Estos dolores de crecimiento es lo que nos lleva a nosotros a